Well, hey, Recovery Church, Junior here. And, I was talking the other day to somebody and we were talking about blessings and how we all pray for blessings and we want blessings and we're constantly asking God to bless us. And I said, blessings are amazing. But here's the funny thing. Did you know that most blessings actually come with a burden, right? Think about this for a moment. The blessings that you're praying for, most blessings come with a burden. So the house comes with a mortgage, right? The marriage comes with some conflict because you have two different personalities. And the baby, well, comes with sleepless nights. So you're excited, oh, we've got a baby coming. And so, every time you say you're having a baby, people are like, congratulations, amazing. Yes. But then when those sleepless nights start to come in, right? Again, every blessing, because it's still a huge blessing, actually comes with a burden. But the one thing I wanted people to also really focus on is that every burden actually comes with a blessing if you're looking for it, right? Every blessing comes with a burden, but every burden comes with a blessing. So typically, the things that you go through, because the reality is this, we actually don't know what's good and what's bad while it's happening to us, right? Come on, you have somebody break up with you and you're like, man, this is the worst thing ever. They left me. Like, I don't know how I'm going to go on, right? Then 5 years down the road, you look back and you're like, man, praise God, they left, right? It was the best thing that could have happened, right? Or you're like, Lord, if you would only give me this job, Lord, or whatever the case may be, right? And then it happens. And then you look back in the future and you're like, man, this was either a good move or a bad move. But here's the thing, you can't connect the dots looking forward, but you can connect them looking back, right? The Bible actually says all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. It did say that all things are good. It said all things work together for the good. And then in the book of James, James says, count it all joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of any kind. What he's saying is this, even when you're going through tough situations, even when you're going through something that feels like a burden, if you look for it, there's actually a blessing. There's something good that's going to happen within you, right? If you continue to push forward. So I just want to give you some encouragement today that here's the thing. I don't know what burden you're looking at today. I don't know what you're walking through today where you're just like, hey, you know what? This feels heavy and I don't know why I'm walking through this. But here's what I can guarantee you is that God says all things. God is God. His word is truth. If it was only some of the things or part of the things or sometimes a portion of the things are good, he would have said that. But God says all things work together for the good of those who love him. Here's the thing. In our finite mind, in our finite understanding, there are certain things that we're going to walk through that we just don't understand today. And guess what, guys? It's okay to not understand. See, there something I learned a long time ago that's been super helpful for me is a pastor once said, he's like, Junior, what I know about God is enough to accept what I don't understand. And here's the thing, we're not going to understand. There's no way that we're going to understand an infinite God with a finite mind, okay? So there are going to be some things where we just don't get it. And the story that he shared was this. He said, he's like, imagine my 5-year-old son, right? And he comes to my office all the time and he says, hey, Dad, can I get some sugar? Can I get some candy? And he's like, okay, don't tell Mom, right? Then he comes back, hey, can I get some more candy? He's like, okay, here you go. Just take that and you're good. It's like, and then he comes back and he's like, Dad, can I get some more? And he's like, no, son, you can't have any more. And his son was in the season where he kept asking the question, but why? So he's like, but why? He's like, well, because too much sugar is bad for you. But why? Well, because it'll rot your teeth. But why? And he's like, if I answered to my 5-year-old and told him the scientific reason of why sugar was bad for him, do you think he would actually understand it? No, his mind doesn't have the capacity to grasp and understand such things. He's like, so I just turn to him and I say, because I said so, right? He's like, and at the end of the night, my son always comes up to me and gives me a big hug and says, Dad, I love you. Why? Because even though he didn't understand why I said no, he didn't understand my decision. What he did understand was that I was his father and I loved him and that I was for him. And here's the thing that we need to know about God. We may not understand everything that he does. We may not understand in this moment why we're walking through what we're walking through. But what we know about God is enough to accept what we don't understand. So here's what I know. I don't know what you're walking through today, but here's what I do know. I do know the God that we do serve. And I know that he loves you. He's for you. He's got your back. He's got your front. He's got your sides. And you can trust in him. That's all I got today. Have a blessed day.